They complained about my fence, so I built a Gothic brick wall with gargoyle spikes. Lila stood on her porch, arms crossed, staring at the flimsy wooden fence that had once marked her property line. It was modest, practical, and hers until the complaints began. Karen, the self-appointed queen of the neighborhood, had rallied the others with her petition. "It's an eyesore," she'd sneered, her voice dripping with condescension. "It lowers our property values." The others nodded like sheep, their whispers stinging Lila's pride. She'd moved here to escape judgment, to rebuild after her husband's death, but Karen's crusade felt like a personal attack. Lila tried reasoning at first. She invited Karen over, offered coffee, explained the fence was for her rescue dog's safety. Karen scoffed, tossing her blonde hair. "Get a better fence or take it down." The ultimatum ignited something in Lila quiet, burning resolve. If they wanted a spectacle, she'd give them one. She hired a mason, a gruff man named Saul who specialized in custom walls. "Make it Gothic," she told him. "Tall, dark, with gargoyle spikes." Saul raised an eyebrow but nodded. Over weeks, the wall rose 8 feet of brooding brick, crowned with snarling stone beasts. The neighborhood buzzed with outrage. Karen's petition grew thicker, her knocks on Lila's door louder. Lila didn't answer. She watched from her window, heart pounding with defiance. The tension boiled over one humid evening. Karen, flanked by a dozen neighbors, stormed Lila's lawn, waving the petition like a battle flag. "This monstrosity has to go," she shouted. Lila stepped outside, her voice calm but sharp. "It's my property, Karen. You don't get to dictate my life." The crowd murmured, some nodding with Karen, others shifting uncomfortably. Then came the twist. Mrs. Delaney, the quiet widow next door, hobbled forward. Everyone fell silent. She was the neighborhood's moral compass, rarely speaking but always respected. "Karen," she said, her voice trembling, "you're no saint. You bullied my son years ago, called his art trash. Lila's wall isn't the problem, you are." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Karen's face flushed crimson, her authority crumbling. Mrs. Delaney turned to Lila. "I'm sorry I stayed quiet. Your wall, it's bold. I like it." Lila's eyes stung with gratitude, but the victory was fleeting. Karen, humiliated, doubled down. She called the city, claiming the wall violated codes. Inspectors arrived, measuring, scribbling. Lila's heart sank as they cited minor infraction setback violations, permit issues. The wall had to come down, or she'd face fines she couldn't afford. Desperate, Lila dug into Karen's past, hoping for leverage. She found old property records online, revealing Karen had illegally expanded her lot years ago, encroaching on public land. Lila could have reported her, could have fought fire with fire. But as she stared at the records, her anger faded. This wasn't about winning, it was about peace. She'd lost too much already. The night before the wall's demolition, Lila invited the neighborhood to her yard. They came wary, expecting another fight. Instead, Lila stood by the wall, voice soft. "I built this out of spite. I'm sorry, but I'm also tired of fighting, of hiding. My husband died 2 years ago. This house, these dogs, this wall, they're all I have left." Silence blanketed the crowd. Karen looked away, her jaw tight. Lila continued, "I'm taking it down, but I hope we can stop tearing each other apart." She paused, meeting Karen's eyes. "You're not my enemy. You're my neighbor." The words hung heavy, raw with truth. Some neighbors nodded, others shuffled awkwardly. Karen said nothing, but her shoulders slumped. The next day, the wall came down, brick by brick. Lila watched, heart aching, as the gargoyles toppled. She kept one, placing it in her garden as a reminder not of spite, but of resilience. Karen never apologized, but her knocks stopped. Mrs. Delaney brought Lila cookies, a small gesture that meant everything. The neighborhood didn't heal overnight. Whispers lingered, grudges simmered. But Lila's dogs played freely, and she planted flowers where the wall once stood. The bitterness of the fight lingered, a a scar on her heart mirrored by the empty skyline. She'd stood her ground, then let it go, and that choice, both brave and heartbreaking, left the community quieter, if not united. What do you think? Was Lila's decision to dismantle the wall justice, or did it reward Karen's pettiness? Share your thoughts on community conflict and healing.